All right, everybody. Welcome back to Good Morning Hospitality, and we are live at the Book Direct Show in Miami.
Live
together.
in Miami.
Together, in person.
Can you tell?
Yeah.
Well, this is a CGI thing, so
Oh,
we're
yeah.
actually just separating the screens out a little bit. But super excited to be here.
I know. It's good to see you
Happy
guys in person.
Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
I'm glad you came to me. This
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah. No travel for you.
No travel
This
for
was
me.
great.
It was perfect.
Yeah. Well,
Easy trip, though.
Yeah, easy trip.
Yeah.
What? Commute 10 minutes, 15?
My commute, it was 15 minutes. It took longer to get out of my parking garage than it did to actually drive here.
That's a struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to Miami.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we don't really have any news because.
But we're at the Book Direct Show.
Yes.
Yeah, we're live.
We're
We are
live.
That's
And
we
big
can
news. That's
get
headlining
news.
article.
We can get news. Yeah, we should just pick someone from the audience.
Oh, we will.
Well, I think, we're kind of like in the conference circuit
Yeah.
flow now. And I think you've done a good job putting this together.
Thank
so...
you. Thank you. Yeah.
We're only a
Shout
few
out.
minutes behind, but we're right on schedule.
Hey, if the coffee guy was here on time, we would have been fine.
That's the most important
Yeah.
person. And you know what? You got to be adaptable. So
100%.
it's going
100%.
really well.
Well, I just want to give a big shout out to Damian Sheridan, who's also been the great partner for this conference. So it's nice to finally see the Book Direct Show in the States versus going to Europe for all these other conferences that
Yeah.
have a hard time getting to, as you said.
Yeah. Exactly.
But do you want to talk about some interesting article, maybe, or not article?
Well,
Interesting.
You had the
Yeah.
Uber news, which I thought was really interesting. Your
Yeah.
experience with Uber travel.
Yeah, if you
Yes.
rewind about 6 months,
Yeah.
give or take, it's all a blur. Uber announced a pilot in London with a connected trip,
Mhm.
something that Booking.com has been going for years,
Yeah.
pitching this connected trip. But the missing piece is arguably the hardest piece, which is Uber.
Yeah.
And what Will experienced on the way here is
Yeah.
it's no longer a pilot in the UK.
No.
Tell us
Uber-
about it.
So Uber Travel launched, and I got a notification on the app saying that we saw that you have a trip coming up, and I was like, "Oh, perfect!" I connected it with my flights, so when I actually went in the air, turn on airplane mode, I had an Uber waiting for me at the terminal. Once I got,
Did
off
you
the
walk
plane.
straight out?
I walked straight out.
Oh, that's
They didn't
awesome.
offer this to me. I don't know how you got it.
I'm
Will's
also
special.
I'm a Platinum member. I'm not even kidding. So I do use Uber quite a bit.
Okay.
A little
That's
too
fair.
much.
That's
So they
fair.
only offer it to super users right now. They're rolling it out slowly.
It should be on the app.
Yeah,
Where's
actually,
it?
I got kind of rejected. I tried to download it right before this to test it
Wow.
out for Friday, and it was like you have to try again later. So
Ooh, okay. Well, good to
You
know.
gotta
I got
use it more
special
often.
I
privilege.
guess I'm a Lyft girl normally.
Yeah, they
so
know that you have Lyft on your phone.
They
Yeah.
do. They do.
So the process was that you basically give them permission to access your email, so that way you can see the receipts or the booking confirmations. Then they connect the trip, and then you can actually schedule your Uber based on your going to the airport, away from the airport.
And does it already know where you're going?
Yes.
So you literally walk off the plane and then you know where to go.
I
That's
was
amazing.
told to go to Terminal G, door 14, upper level. That was where my driver was waiting for me, and then he took me straight to my apartment here in Miami.
Never entered anything.
Nope,
You're not tracking down your phone like, what's the address of this place?
never. Yeah,
I saw when in the screenshot that you sent that it was wait for you for up to 60 minutes.
yeah.
That's kind of wild.
And so the cool part was it knew if you were delayed or early. So my plane was supposed to land at 3:33 p.m. I got in at 3:21. The Uber was already notified before that. So
The connected trip, it can only happen if it's all there
Simultaneous,
processed
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Did they offer food for you?
no food.
Okay.
Bottled water.
I had a premium Uber driver, so there was bottled water in the car, but
Yeah.
I didn't do
Oh
it.
man, how awesome would it be if they've picked up like a Starbucks and a snack
I know.
before
Bottle of
arriving?
champagne. I
Reading
mean,
all your other receipts in your email.
Yeah.
Like Will
Yeah.
really likes a vanilla frappuccino in the morning.
Yeah, Uber, that's your next update. Please do.
They already have all that data,
They know.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
know.
awesome. I mean, I very skeptical about the whole thing,
Yeah.
but that sounds like you had an awesome experience.
Yeah, the one issue that I did have on the app was that when coming off of airplane mode, my phone was a little slow. So me getting that information, it took me a while to figure out. But then once the app loaded and I was connected to Wi-Fi,
You're all good.
all was good. So I think that was my one hiccup. But again, that's cell reception service, not
Yeah.
Uber issues.
Well, that's awesome. Especially, I mean, Uber in Miami, it'll take you maybe like 5 minutes max for them to actually come around. But I imagine like flying into LAX,
Yeah.
where this can be like a total nightmare.
Yeah.
I think that could be a game changer. You just don't have to worry about it anymore.
It's a dream for me. I like to be very on time and,
Yeah.
and rigid. with my schedule. And the gap for me, if I know the airport well and I know where to go, I order the Uber like as I walk off.
Yes,
And so it'll be there by the time I'm there.
Yeah.
100%.
But in airports I haven't been to often, or
Yeah.
I get stressed out, so I don't do it.
Yeah.
And then I wait, and then I get pissed off that I've waited for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes Uber, if you're listening, sometimes I'll even take a cab
I was just about to say that.
because I don't want to wait 10 minutes for my Uber to arrive.
So I've been doing that in Miami. Like if I'm really tired when I get home, I'll just get in a taxi. And I actually think I'm going to stop doing that because the experience has been so terrible. Like I've had to direct them to my house, and it's just like So I tried, but
It's not like in London when they have to memorize every road, street,
No.
and every single piece.
this
of the
guy
city.
was like, I was like, I gave him my address. He goes, "Where is that?" I was like, you know what? You could also just put this into Google Maps.
I'm
100%.
fascinated to hear
10%.
how this is going to work in LA or in Vegas,
Yeah.
because the Uber from the Vegas airport, if I remember correctly, is quite a long walk.
Yeah.
Quite a long walk.
Oh, like to their area. that they-
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is one thing. So it's funny because I get a notification every time my trip, like itinerary, has changed. And so I planned the Vegas trip for BRMA. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can get it to work. Actually, I have a flight on Friday to New York, so
Yeah.
we'll see if I can maneuver that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really helpful. Like it's obviously nice for like business travel, like we're doing when we all kind of already know the airports
Yeah.
relatively. I think where it would be super helpful is if you're in a foreign country,
Yeah.
maybe you don't speak the language, and like that when that whole process can be seamless. But I envision that taking like a much longer time to come to fruition.
You're hauling kids in tow.
Yeah,
and you've
exactly.
got-
Like, imagine you have all the kids, and there's just like, an SUV or a van like already waiting for you. You don't have to deal with anything. Like
Yeah.
that would be phenomenal.
Well, my, I guess, like, not question, but thought or idea, and I want your guys' opinion on, is like they can easily, like, they're already connected with Marriott. So Marriott's already involved in the Uber integration. So what app do you think it would be? Airbnb, Hopper, or any other type of short-term rental platform that they would integrate with to actually take you to the address? Because thankfully, like, they knew the Miami apartment because it was booked on, I booked direct because we're at the Book Direct show. But, I wonder if they're going to integrate with an app to make it easier. Because I know the hotel part is easy. You get a confirmation
Yeah,
email,
I mean,
but
I
you
would
don't book on
imagine-
Airbnb.
I would imagine that Airbnb would eventually be open to it, but I do think that there is kind of that like rivalry between apps, even though they're not in
They
the
should
same
help.
space.
Yeah.
But I also think Hopper, they're innovative and
Yeah.
kind of the new kids on the block, so doing things to distinguish themselves. So we should ask them.
We
They're
should.
here.
We will.
I mean, should I say it's going to be Uber and Expedia? Dara comes from Expedia.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that's going to be the first one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Expedia's tied in with almost everything. So,
Yeah.
they're going to work top of the funnel down. They
Yeah.
start with Marriott, the biggest chain. They're going to go to Expedia. They'll probably go to Airbnb. There's no reason why Uber can't work with all of them. And there's no reason why the others wouldn't work with them unless Uber wants to get into rideshare or Hopper wants to get into rideshare.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
No one else wants to get in that world.
No.
No.
It's just, to me, though, it makes sense. So, like, a lot of inventory is missing if you don't have homes or, the
Yeah.
short-term rental space in general. So, not everyone stays at a hotel.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not. Well, I think also where it gets tricky is like this is all working really well for bigger cities that you're flying into, but even smaller cities, it might be hard. Like I'm thinking when I fly into Albany, my parents live in Saratoga, and like getting an Uber there, unless it's like prime rush hour, is almost impossible. So like, is that even going to be really feasible
Yeah.
and that's a decent sized city. But then if you think about going to a beach house, like, is that going to work?
Well, there's a lot of questions around the future of it, but I think it's pretty
It's very
promising
cool.
after the one experience.
I know. I'm kind of impressed that the first time you used it, it like worked that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Super user.
Yeah,
super
yeah.
easy.
I'll screenshot my my award status I have with them. It's
We believe you, Will. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Are you a 4.95?
I have a 4.99.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wow.
Big
No
time.
big deal.
You are a big
Super
baller.
user.
I love
Well,
it.
my prediction of this week in hospitality is a lot of news will come out in the next 2 to 3 days
Yeah. Yeah.
ahead of Verma.
Well,
So
Thursday, keep your eyes open. We have some
you got something?
some people that have dropped some hints. So,
Okay.
Okay.
we'll be bringing on some special guests at Burma for sure.
I'm excited. Oh yeah, we get to do this again
Yes.
next week.
I know, and Jamie Lane will be joining us with Air DNA.
I know.
So I'll have my
the four of us
I'll be
together.
subbed out. Jamie will be subbed in. Ratings will go through the roof.
Well, we realized what just happened with the show. It got a lot better.
Yep. That's how it happens.
Yeah.
That's how it happens.
Well, I was also going to say, not to self-promote our show, but we do have a cool collaboration that just went live today, actually, with HostGPO.
Yeah.
So we officially have a CoffeeBox, which we'll put in the show notes and all that stuff. But basically, short-term rental operators, whether they're Airbnb hosts or a Sex and Stays, they can immediately purchase their coffee setup through HostGPO, powered by Good Morning Hospitality, because we love coffee, and I don't think we've had enough so far. So I just want to give a shout out to HostGPO.
Yeah, I'm glad that we have a coffee collaboration.
Yeah.
I feel like that really fits the vibe.
It fits the brand.
Yeah.
It's needed for the morning hospitality show.
I know.
Yeah.
I think I've probably had 7 coffees this morning.
I know. I'm woefully behind. I'm only at 1, and I got to remedy that.
The next time we're live on this episode or this show, we will have espresso martinis.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
espressos.
Brandy.
Yeah.
I know. I fell through this time, but I promise you next week I will come through.
Okay, next week we have it. But my one question to you guys for Book Direct Show in Miami, what's your biggest, I hate the word takeaway, but what do you think the most value out of a conference like this would be when it comes to operators and or vendors? Is there anything that really stands out about something with, a conference that's so specific about one thing, which is Book Direct?
Yeah, I think especially because it's Book Direct, it's maybe smaller operators. And I think obviously there's extreme value in the presentations and all of that, but where those operators might get more value is just in the conversations that they have, the connections that they make.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can really leverage it a bit more. And because it is a smaller show, I think you have more opportunity to have more conversations. People aren't running off to more meetings and things like that. So
yeah,
you took it right out of my mouth. So the size and the structure is what I think the future of conferences will be. Going to a big trade show of 10,000 people, it's tough to even see people you want to see.
Yeah.
And even if you do, even if you're good and you schedule everything ahead of time,
no one attends those schedules.
One misses it, you're late to another.
Yeah.
There's no point in having a schedule. So
exactly.
This type of format, you get to see everyone that you want to see, and then you also get to meet and be introduced to a lot of the people that you don't know already.
Yeah, and even Burma is big for our industry, but compared to other industries, it's very small. But even that, sometimes I'm like, this is a long couple days, By the end, you're like, I am ready to go home. So I really do like the size of a show like this.
Yeah, I agree. I think the intimacy with it is a lot better. I don't feel we get pulled a couple different directions, but it's a lot better when you have the smaller setting and it's a quality group of people. It's not like a bunch of people that we have no idea who is who.
Well, also something that I've just continued to love about this industry is kind of the camaraderie that we all have. And you can especially see it right now. We can literally look out at the people talking right now. And I think it feels like you're it's like a kind of like a class reunion. You're getting to see friends, but there is tangible professional benefits that come from all of that as well. It doesn't feel like a drag to come to these things.
Yes. I'm glad this conference is going to feel like a drag for you guys to come to.
Plus, it was easy for me. And I know you did it just for me. So thank you.
Yeah. We knew your Dirty 30 was coming up.
Oh my
God.
You're
going to be a little
It'll always be
hard to get out of bed, maybe.
Yeah. Listen, I will not lie to you that this morning was a little tough.
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah. It might have been a 3-day affair.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
3
right.
days for 30. You
got one for each decade.
Yeah.
You are the party that everyone in this industry doesn't want to have in their rental.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Did you rent out a property?
Potentially.
No comment. Did you rent out a competitor's property?
No, it was one of our
that would've
own.
been dirty.
And that because it was one of our own, I was so strict about when I would see people doing something, I was like, hey, oh yeah, I was very, very conscious of all of that. And then also did some auditing for ourselves, things we could do to improve it. So, you have to stay in your properties every once in a while. So
it does help.
Again, the castles we're trying to get sponsored.
We have to stay in them. Yeah. Consider yourself sponsored.
Love that.
We'll sponsor you. Awesome.
Perfect.
Well, this was a quick episode, but we want to say thank you to everyone who's tuning in. If you're
Live.
not at the conference, then you missed out. But
next week, bring your espresso martinis for the morning.
Yes.
We'll
do a remote live
Yes.
I'll bring
or Bloody
I'll bring-
Mary.
Or Bloody. Oh yeah, or Bloody Mary.
I'll stick with the espresso martini.
It'll be a little earlier
Yeah.
in the day
That's fine.
over there.
Need the caffeine.
Time change.
Caffeine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. We'll see you all again next week. If you're at Burma, let us know. And then if you are at the Book Direct show, comment down below. Let us know where you're coming from. And we'll see you all again very soon.
All right. Bye.
All right, hit end.